What a finish! Too little, too late from behind. And Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Hello and welcome everybody back to another wonderful round. Phillip Island is a pure high-speed commitment, a flowing ribbon of asphalt hugging the Australian coastline where momentum is king. Without any further delay, let's go trackside and see what the drivers are all up to. They're already starting our hot lap, or excuse me, our pace lap, as we should say. And we'll get you right underway here with V-Speed. I'm your host, Sagar Bakshi, your commentator and producer for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us here at West Coast Sim Racing, your premier league here on the West Coast. Folks, if you're looking for a place to go racing, look no further than here with us. Pace car officially pulls in. Grid as follows: Nico Colby, Warren Johnson, Jeremy Fletcher, Marvin Samayoa, Edwin excuse me, that's not the correct order. Jeremy Fletcher tops the charts with Stone Colby, Nico Colby, Brandon Birch, Slater Colby, Aliski Andreu, Joe Rainey, Edwin Onofree, Colton Juarez, Darren Colby, Connor T. Cunningham round out your top 11. And here we go, green tonight for the West Coast Sim Racing League, folks. We're still pacing now, very cautiously waiting this 45-minute race start. And there we go, green flag racing finally. And will it be Nico Colby to go toe-to-toe with Jeremy Fletcher here on the race start? Coming down in towards corner number 1. It will be a good race start for Fletcher. An even better one for Nico Colby, though, who advances his run up into P2 by a healthy margin for now. Don't forget about our competition caution as well. We still have Darren Colby going wheel to wheel with Edwin Onofree, the battle for 8th and 9th. And there is a mix-up in the background. That'll be Aliski Andreu tumbling down the order in that banana boat, seemingly involved in an incident with another driver. I think that will be Brandon Birch, the number 36 driver. Yes, it was, who rejoins the racetrack here. About to conclude the first lap of running now. And it's still Fletcher in the lead, but he defends hard back from Nico Colby. One of the things we know about Fletcher and some of the things he's talked about time and time again is he gets a bump in the rear end from Stone Colby. A little bit of help from behind never hurt anybody. This might be the bump and run necessary to get into the lead, but it might be the bump and run to end Jeremy Fletcher's run down towards turn one. And there's going to be chaos and collisions galore. And if there was ever time to throw out a competition caution, I think it would be then, and I'm not seeing one called yet by anybody. Nico Colby leads this race in front of Slater Colby, Joe Rainey in third, Jeremy Fletcher in fourth, Colton Juarez in fifth, Marvin Samayoa in sixth place. Battle for the lead stays fierce and tight as one of the Colbys in the 16 has a little bit of a mistake. That'll be Nico leading Slater right now in the 25. They've pretty much escaped into a league of their own with Joe Rainey needing that win for Rainey Homes coming in third place, but we still have a long way to go and a competition caution to follow for sure. There goes the 25 on the number 16, heading steadfast. Coming through turn one, it's looking pretty good here. The drivers come through Stoner Corner, now in towards Honda. The hairpin right-hander. Before getting into Siberia. And then the kink of turn 7. Now the gap opened up a little bit to around 0.2 of a second, but back here between Jonathan Soda and Darren Colby, it's closed down a healthy margin. Battle for the lead again brewing up to become something as the drivers will not settle for P1 and P2 right now. All this battling might bring the likes of Joe Rainey forward. They're putting down 143s as they battle, with Joe Rainey being able to put down a 142.739 that last time around. Big shout out to our sponsors and help for these races, VehicleBuyers.com being one of them, Apex Motor Club, Jeremy Fletcher Racing, as you'll see him participating in these races, Khan Coaching Academy, not that Khan Academy, but the other kind of Khan Academy, and of course Rainey Homes. That gap is coming down with Joe Rainey and Jeremy Fletcher in tow. Think Fletcher might be helping a little bit more than he's going to be hurting the situation at all. Let's check back in here with Aliski Andreu as they battle with Colton Juarez driving that number 77, and it's looking good for the number 19, who's going to be later on the brakes. A little bit of touching, a little bit of paint rubbing between the 77 and the number 19, but no harm, no foul. On board with Nico Colby here as we chase down Slater in the battle for the lead of this event. Chasing down all of that slipstream. Down and glued to the rear end, but so is the rear end of Joe Rainey as we get a look at this battle here. And not too far back, we have the likes of Jeremy Fletcher also in tow. What a great shot we have here from on board the GR86. Looking forward now to Joe Rainey and the battle between Nico Colby and Slater Colby mounting just inches away. And the door opens up for Fletcher on Rainey in his recovery drive. Doing very well to recover. A little bit of door banging between himself and Rainey. But again, no harm, no foul there. No love lost. But no love lost means a little bit of returning blow there from the 16 to the 25. And they'll glance blows at each other. But again, no real damage done to these vehicles. And they'll help each other out at the end of the day with setups when it comes down to race craft, when it comes down to coaching. They're all here to make each other better. Even Jeremy Fletcher trying to spend as much time as he can coaching the Colby train. And a big defensive block from Nico Colby. I think he's trying to defend as much as he possibly can, but the second that door opened, Jeremy Fletcher was ready to get alongside and presented his nose, and no longer could the Colby train be maintained, and the Copeland Motorsports driver might have an opportunity to go through if Joe Rainey doesn't have anything else to say about it here. Joe Rainey patiently waiting in the background for his opportunity to pounce. He already had his bout with the Copeland Motorsports number 22 driver of Jeremy Fletcher. Here comes a look from Fletcher on Nico Colby. Will it be successful as he mounts the curbs, gets a couple of wheels off into the gravel as well? It's going to be the inside line back for Colby, the outside line for Fletcher, and they're going to get a little drifty with it sideways. Oh my goodness. And they're going to settle in. The 22 will get the advantageous position over Rainey and Colby here. trying to charge his way through, but we all know that the inside line turns into the outside line for the following quarter, meaning door banging galore. Love to see it. The absolute level of racecraft here amongst these drivers. They're pushing as hard as they possibly can. They're doing a great job of keeping it clean. Well, for the most part, at least. Still green and clean here, despite the earlier hiccup that we saw on the racetrack. Check back in with Oliski Andreu and Marvin Samayoa's battle. That'll be Connor T. Cunningham out in front, driving the 502. Cunningham in 5th place. And now Samayoa looks to the inside line here. Can find the daylight, gives a little bit of a shove to Cunningham, who's gonna snap right back on through the 502. Held on patiently for that inside line to come back to him, and it sure did. This is gonna drag Oliski Andreu alongside with him, or will it? The 97 of Samayoa seems to be carrying a significant amount of speed now. Almost 2x2 into the backside of the racetrack. Coming through MG turn 11 and getting jettisoned out towards turn 12. Down the Gardner Straight with huge slipstream effects for the drivers. You can see them all falling in single file line immediately. Cars are going to approach turn 1 at very high speed. And the wind from the ocean can affect the braking stability as well. Connor Cunningham being a little compromised here. Colton Juarez in the 36 of Brandon Burch, who's also on a recovery drive tonight, trying to charge his way through. This time finds the daylight on the 77. And he'll cover off the inside line. 2-for-1 special potentially, as he also tries to snake one through on the 502. Beautiful overtake from the 36 there. Leaves my jaw on the floor. The 2-for-1 special. Brandon Burch take a bow. Here comes Jeremy Fletcher charging through on Slater Colby. Has Joe Rainey until Fletcher goes a little bit deep and wide. Goes off onto the tarmac, or off the tarmac, I should say, and onto the green stuff. That's typically not where the tires like to lie. And again, where drivers were once fanning out on the race start, no longer, as they tuck in single file line. Fletcher pokes out, pokes back in, pokes back out yet again. But no prancing moves yet. Joe Rainey goes way too deep, and now that allows Nico Colby through. Battle further back, including Connor Cunningham and Colton Juarez. Now Brandon Burch tumbles down the order. What happened here to Burch? Whoa! And just a lockup all on his own. And that'll do it for Burch, it looks like. Back over to the lead battle between Fletcher and Colby. Door opens up again from the 25 to the 22. Is that enough for Fletcher to switch things up? Go to the inside line, get a brief kiss to the number 25 in the lead of the race, but it won't be enough to shake up Colby. 16 of Nico's back into the mix. Now he looks to the inside line on the 22, excuse me, of Fletcher. Will it be enough though? The run down towards turn 1 looks healthy. The run down towards the C looks healthy. And I'm sure the drivers are feeling the temperature rise in their cockpits right now. Jeremy Fletcher leads Slater Colby over Nico Colby. And now into the lead of the race yet again. And will most likely control the field the way he typically does. Not if the 25 can have anything to do about it, because the door is promptly opened and he is there at the inside line, but will take the outside line for the following corner unless he can get a switchback engaged, but no overlap to be had there. Amazing battles here at West Coast Sim Racing, folks. Again, a little bit of bump draft given to the 22 into the corner, trying to help himself out. The 22 presents himself there along the inside line, parks it on the apex, boxes out the apex racing driver. Now side by side for the Colby train. 2x2 down the front straightaway in towards turn 1. Through the crest on the rise on the Gardner Straight with the Bass Straight directly ahead of us. There's another attacking move for the VehicleBuyers.com car. Number 16, but the 22 is super late on the brakes. Might be in too deep, just like some 41. And both the 16 and the 25 are going to follow through. The only car that didn't follow through was Joe Rainey in 4th. Another mistake for the Copeland Motorsports driver, falls back into P3 secured. For him for now, P2 for the 25. They can escape with it, but for how long can they maintain this pace and consistency? Back to Birch and Christian James battling it out. There's a couple of offs in the background. That'll be, I believe, Stone Colby and Edwin Onofre. No, Edwin Onofre gets by. That'll be definitely be Christian James and Stone Colby in that mix-up. Colton Juarez trying to chase down Connor T. Cunningham. Battle for 7th and 8th. Very much alive and well. And there is the competition caution coming out. So you'll officially see the race become neutralized. Take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere.
trade for bananas?
Bananas? No thanks. Are you tired of lowball offers and no shows? Here at VehicleBuyers.com, we make it fast and easy to sell your vehicle. Enter your vehicle information into our website and receive an offer for your vehicle. Our competitive offers ensure that you get the best deal possible. If you're ready to sell your vehicle, click the link below.
VehicleBuyers.com. Visit us today. Having trouble outfoxing the deals and the competition getting you all flustered? Time to be sly and visit OverstockVehicles.com. We have over 600 vehicles available for sale monthly, all at dealer pricing. OverstockVehicles.com. Visit us today.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish! Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
And we're back, folks. Still currently underneath the competition caution, but ready to take the restart here in just a few moments' time. Safety car coming in this lap. And a couple of drivers having some exploratory lines with their choices of tire cooling methods. To say the least. But right now, it'll be Nico Colby, Slater Colby, Jeremy Fletcher, Joe Rainey, Aliski Andreu, Marvin Samayoa, Connor T. Cunningham, Golden Juarez, Warren Johnson, Brandon Burt, Stone Colby, Edwin Onofre, Darren Colby, Christian James, Robert Nisnik, Jonathan Soda. And the pace car officially in, and we're about to begin the final 19 minutes of our sprint race. No popping, no locking before the green flag, and no one did on the race restart. It's looking good, but it'll be Colby, Fletcher, Rainey, and then is that Aliski Andreu in the background? It sure is Aliski Andreu, who's made it all the way up into P5 on their recovery drive tonight. Looking very good for Andreu here tonight. Jeremy Fletcher losing a position now on the race start to Slater Colby, who's able to follow through. Now Joe Rainey is going to want to get his elbows out as well and bargain for a little bit of track space here and now. But now goes deep. The number 22 potentially. No, nice and tight. Won't be caught making the same mistake twice. A couple of drivers are off in the background. Might include Colton Juarez. I did see a green machine in the background. I believe Colton Juarez did fall back down to P14. Looking further back, Stone in his drive right now, the 52 in ninth position and trying to climb forward. Connor T. Cunningham in the 502 has Andreu up ahead and Brandon Birch behind. Stone Colby not too far away from this battle in the battle for the top 10 as well. But battles for the top 10 include the battles for the lead as Fletcher challenges the number 22 of, Jeremy Fletcher is the 22 of Slater Colby in the 25. Look for the 22 around the outside line, and the VehicleBuyers.com sponsor machine yields to the Copeland Motorsports driver in first place. Fletcher, Colby. Now the switch up is there. You can't attack and defend at the same time. The 22 has to pick a line, and it chose very carefully as it defends back both drivers here with the Colby name attached to them. Semayoa doing a good job of staying within striking distance in case anything were to pop off here. He'd be ready to capitalize on any of those positions. Here's Onofre going wheel to wheel with a couple familiar faces. Warren Johnson in the 24 being one of them. Fletcher tries the outside, deep and wide. This time, though, the 25 tries to attack and follow through to not allow the rerun to take place, and he's there to cover it off. It will be a Colby Fletcher train now. Marvin Semayoa getting his elbows out here as well. He's been monitoring the situation for quite a while, so I think he's well and prepared for what may come next. A little three-wide situation, heck yes, why not here with West Coast Sim Racing? The drivers can pull it off, so they shall, and will nearly go four wide through the back end of the field. It's gonna be tight, it's gonna be neat, most likely it is. Holy Toledo, folks, how did we make it through there three wide? Fletcher now leads Colby. Bumps in the rear given from Brandon Birch, who's having an amazing recovery drive. Back up into the top three for Brandon. And he jettisons his way into P2. Brandon Birch is an absolute menace out here tonight. Can he challenge the best of them? Jeremy Fletcher next with 12 and a half remaining. Door slightly ajar on the 36. Little bit of mistake back there from Slater Colby. Marvin Samayoa doesn't be offered an opportunity twice. And this is starting to get a little chaotic in the backfield here. And it all comes to an end as Slater Colby gets a little bump and bumps him off track. The number 25, worse for wear there. Joe Rainey falls back into fourth position, but it's still Brandon Birch battling forward. Let's check in here because Onofre is in the mix-up with Aliski Andreu in that banana boat. Oh, 3 drivers going off the track, but rejoining scarily, definitely not safely there. I think that would be the end of Stone Colby's race. I thought that was the number 52 off into the wall in the background. After I think he must have gotten a track limits violation there. Track limits violation here as well, as Fletcher now leaves the door open for Birch to take the lead. Quiet but deadly race for this man right here, Edwin Onofre. Onofre right now driving the 199. In 5th position has the likes of Joe Rainey ahead. But how long can Joe Rainey defend for? He's been in P1, he's been in P2, he's been in P3. Now, can he defend back P4 as well? Onofre, calm, cool, and collected. Concentrated, you could even say. But he's obviously talking to someone, so maybe a little bit distracted there. But he regains his composure and back out to chase down Joe Rainey next. Let's check back in with the battle for the lead, because I think Fletcher and Birch are going to go toe-to-toe. Nico Colby waiting in the wings for any mistake to take place. Samayoa here. Warren Johnson in tow. Darren Colby up ahead. And the number 47 defends hard, defends fair. And Marvin Samayoa loses out the opportunity to attack. But the outside will turn to the inside for the following corner. It'll be able to defend back from Warren Johnson. Warren Johnson loses the position there to Slater Colby with a little lick of the stamp and ascend from the number 25. Caught me off guard there. Jeremy Fletcher still in tow to Brandon Birch in the lead of the race, with Jeremy Fletcher in tow, Nico Colby in 3rd, Joe Rainey in 4th, Edwin Onofre in 5th. Birch a little compromised now, going down into Ward's 1. Through Doohan's corner, he loses out the position to Fletcher. But it won't be long before Birch tries to snap back. The inside line clearly available, and he takes it cleanly. Fletcher snaps back and responds swiftly to take back the position at Siberia. Absolute great, phenomenal racing. Here comes Slater Colby on Marvin Samayoa, though. Moves coming down in towards turn one, back over to the lead battle as Birch goes wheel to wheel with Jeremy Fletcher. But it all settles in calmly for now. Slater still not by Marvin Samayoa just yet. There's the inside run. Outside line now for the 36. Switchback tries to get planted. Just doesn't quite have the traction on corner exit to get that overlap taken care of. Battle for the lead still includes the likes of Brandon Birch, Nico Colby, and Joe Rainey. It's not all handed over to Jeremy Fletcher just yet here in the final five. Rainey taking an extremely wide line, coming out of turn 12, down onto the Gardner straightaway. It will be wheel to wheel between Birch and Fletcher, and then Colby in tow. Birch is going to have the nose ahead through corner number one of Doohans. The Copeland Motorsports 22 finds the inside line and mounts the curve, but is he in too deep? Has he gone too far? 36 tries to snap back. He's back into the lead, but the 22 goes back through. Now the 36 tries to go for the over-under yet again, but he can't find it this time around. There goes through the inside line for the 36, but this means it'll be the outside run for Doohan's corner. I don't think that's going to be where the 36 wants to be with 3 to go. Birch carries the speed, finds the outside line. He's there. He's very there. and he's going to carry the speed to the inside line now. And now the 16 of Nico Colby is going to find the inside line on the likes of Jeremy Fletcher. Edwin Onofre has been patiently waiting for his moment to pounce, and here he is, the Tech Sport Racing driver, there with the best of them. And what a recovery drive for Slater, driving the number 25 back up into P4 now for the number 25. I may have counted my chickens before they hatched, or a little bit too soon for Slater, but I can only imagine it'll be moments before he gets his move done, but not without a little bit of side-by-side battling between himself and Onofre, driving that 199 through the MG chicane. Birch, Colby, Fletcher. Fletcher into second. There alongside Birch. We'll get it dragged out. And this will be the white flag lap, folks. No more opportunities. Fletcher into the lead of the race on the last lap. Birch is there, trying to present himself, but so is the 16, trying to present it alongside, but it's not enough daylight to present it there. Now can the 36 follow suit and do to it what the 22 has done time and time again? The JFR badge machine leads the race, but the 36 Apex Motor Club machine also there, ready to pounce when the opportunity presents itself. Not here, though. White flag is waving for the drivers. Should be the checkered flag when they come around this time by. And it will be Fletcher, Birch, Colby. Birch crashed before the finish line and will actually be qualified as finishing in 10th behind Alicia Andreu, Warren Johnson, Darren Colby, Edwin Onofre, and Joe Rainey. Colton Juarez, Robert Nisnik, Tanner T. Cunningham, Christian James, Stone Colby, and Jonathan Soda will round out your participants tonight. Stand by, folks, while we get our drivers pulled in for their interviews, folks. Waiting to get our race winners down to the interview room here in just a few moments' time. We will get to speak with Jeremy Fletcher, Nico Colby, and Slater Colby. as they all finish up their runs now. Let's go ahead and talk to Slater Colby and Jeremy Fletcher and Nico Colby. So let's go ahead and start from bottom to top this time. We'll start off with Slater Colby, who started in 5th, led us for 8 laps. And man, what a run for you, Slater, and a good recovery drive.
Pretty decent. The field was really tight, as it usually is here. And then kind of just got out front because there was a big crash going down the straightaway, and kind of just managed my tires and tried to keep a little bit of a gap, but the draft's so strong here, so that was hard to do. And then after the competition caution, we went into one of the left-handers before the hairpin, and I saw Marvin hit Nico, and I thought Nico was gone, so I was right next to Nico, so I just like kind of tried to go out wide, and I ended up going in the dirt, so that pushed me all the way back to like 16th, and then I just kind of used the draft to my advantage and got back up there, and luckily the guys were fighting up front, so the field was staying pretty close, so it wasn't too much ground to make up, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it looked like you had a lot of fun out there and a great recovery drive. Like I said, back up into P3. Anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Overstock Vehicles, VehicleBuyers.com, you for broadcasting, Warren for putting on this league, all friends and family at home watching, JFR, all the guys, Rainey family, and everyone out at Apex, and yeah.
Thank you very much, Slater, for joining us in the booth and for this race as well. Really appreciate it, and thanks for putting on a heck of a show tonight.
Thank you.
Backing things up to Nico Colby in P2 now, who started in 3rd, led us for 5 of these laps, and finished out the race in 2nd place. Nico, what a race you had as well, driving that number 16 home.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race. Just a lot of fighting, a lot of drafting, and just trying to play the strategy.
Now, where was the key to the race here? It was obviously in the drafting, a little bit of strategy having to be played, but it looked like the main hot spots for overtaking were into Honda, and then also into MG, the chicane right before turn 11 and turn 12. Where did you find the strategy to play out in your favor?
Yeah, no, just definitely probably one of the few last corners, just that hairpin.
Yeah.
Just getting a good run out of there. The draft was massive, and it helps a lot if you have a draft buddy kind of thing and just get pushed past straight through the field.
Now, Phillip Island is definitely a high speed, high commitment, high risk, high reward track with no margin for error. How do you prepare for a track like that, Nico?
Yeah, just a lot of time that we've put into this car. Just the setup was pretty dialed, and just try to go as best as you can. And today was a good race, no mistakes that were horrible, and just fun race.
Very nice, Nico. Thank you very much for joining us in the booth. Now, is there anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
You always for the broadcast. Warren for putting on the league. Shout out Jeremy. I let him win tonight. Shout out Vehicle Buyers, Mom, Dad, and just everyone that makes the league fun.
Right on, Nico. Thank you so much, brother. Have a great night and stay safe, man.
Thank you. You too.
And last but not least, we'll back things up to our winner, Jeremy Fletcher, who started in 1st, led us for 8 laps, and took the checkered flag when it mattered most. Jeremy, how do you feel tonight about your victory?
Definitely wasn't the way I wanted to get the victory. Had an early incident, kind of got spun down the front straight, caught back up to the leaders. Me and Joe Rainey both drove back up there, kind of did my thing, wanted to control the field, wanted to be up front.
Yeah.
And led on the last lap. Luckily got back to the lead, but was kind of a fish out of water, I'd say, tonight. Didn't have many people shoving me, so trying to make my own deal work, and I went a different way on the setup than I usually do, and I think we had quite a bad fall off, so definitely some things to keep testing on and keep working on. Hopefully we can keep this winning streak going.
It's crazy to think that even a driver of your caliber walks into a race or walks out of a race and says, yeah, there's still things we need to work on after taking a victory. You know, it's a different breed of individual that continues to do the work after the work has been done. You know, most people I think would check out for the night and probably call it done, but you're playing the tape back, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's always stuff you can do to improve. You don't want to win by 0.00 and have them on your bumper in the last corner. You want to be able to kind of cruise around and have a celebratory last lap.
And that's a humble way to take a victory. Jeremy Fletcher, and words to live by if I ever take a race victory again in my sim racing career. But anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank, sir?
The whole JFR Esports crew, the Colby family, Nico for sitting behind me and accepting second like he usually does. Stone and Slater, the Rainey family, Rainey Holmes, Vehicle Buyers, Copa Motorsports, as well as, Warren for putting on the league, you for putting this broadcast together, and Birch for not getting upset with me. I think he was kind of over it after the fourth time he crashed. So kind of had a rough ending there, but glad we all, I guess, somewhat came away with it.
Yeah, unfortunate for Birch there at the checkered line. I think he actually qualified in 10th, unfortunately. We'll have to get a look at the official results. But thank you very much, Jeremy Fletcher, for joining us in the V-Speed broadcast booth. We'll have a word with Warren Johnson here in a moment. But have a great night, sir, and stay safe as always.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And now, the floor is yours, Mr. Johnson.
Well, hey, how was the race from your point of view?
The race from my point of view was amazing. I think
great.
The first 5 did a fantastic job of keeping it green and clean. Obviously, a couple of big incidences coming down the front straightaway. We just don't mention those and we move on, Warren. We don't mention them.
That's all right. No, that was a great race. I love this track, and this track has always produced great races in this league and in the Apex Miata League. I had a podium finish in a Miata race there in that league. And if you like racing Miatas, go check them out, Apex MX5 Motor Club. So,
this race definitely produced a lot of great racing. You're definitely right. It's going to go into my repertoire or Rolodex of tracks to pick for cup racing.
Yeah. Hey, that's the same thing Sean said the last couple seasons he was broadcasting. He was like, this has quickly become one of my favorite tracks. So it's unfortunate he wasn't there to race tonight with us. I wish he was there, but that's okay. We'll get him on the next one. He's got a drop week anyways, so he's all good there. I had a great race. I think I recovered from a bad qualifying. I was racing there with Darren. We got a little tangled up, but he got it back, and he was rapid tonight, so good pace for Darren.
Yeah.
That was a great race with him. Edwin, good racing with him. Pretty much everyone I was with. It was a great race. Sucks to see for Birch. He was in first place after being in last place, or close to last place. I mean, that's heartbreaking for him. But that's all right. Hey, that's gonna happen. I think he's really strong on the points, so I can't wait to see the end of the season with him.
Absolutely. Now, Warren Johnson, anything you'd like to close on? Because I'm still going to go through the championship standings before the race as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to take up too much time here. Just thanks for everyone for racing with us. Thanks to all the viewers. Thanks to you for broadcasting. You've been a great broadcaster just off the first few races with us, and we're all happy to have you here. And I hear nothing but good things about you from everybody. So great job on that. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? What do we got next week? I believe we have Road Atlanta. That's another great track for these cars. So stay tuned, everyone, and we will see you next week. Thanks again, Sagar. We'll talk to you soon.
And don't forget about Spa-Francorchamps coming up on March 26th. Same time, same place. That'll be this Thursday, brought to you on V-Speed as well.
Absolutely. We'll see you then.
Take care, Warren. Have a great night, brother. Stay safe.
You as well.
As promised, folks, this has been a West Coast Sim Racing production. On behalf of V-Speed, thank you very much to West Coast Sim Racing for joining us, for staying tuned. Tonight's sponsor has been Jeremy Fletcher Racing, aka JFR. Check out jfr.com for all of your sim racing needs and get yourself some cool swag. We've been to Sebring, Bathurst, CTMP, and now Phillip Island. Road Atlanta is coming up next with Road America, Indy, Mid-Ohio, Okayama, Brands Hatch, Sachsenring, and Charlotte to round out the championship. Let's forward things over and look at the points. It was Jeremy Fletcher leading into this championship with 50 points in front of Stone Colby, Brandon Birch in third, Slater Colby in fourth, Carnety Cunningham in fifth, Edwin Onofre in sixth, Nico Colby in seventh, Sean Stan the Stanman in eighth, Warren Johnson in ninth. Aliski Andreu rounded out your top 10 tonight. It was still close for the likes of Joe Rainey on the racetrack tonight, but in the championship points, he's 34 points back. But tonight, he's going to be a lot closer than he was at the beginning of the evening. That's going to conclude things for us tonight, folks. On behalf of D-Speed, I've been Sagar Bakshi. It's been a pleasure to take you from green to checkered flag, but all good things have to come to an end, and so must this. Have a great night, and as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Bye for now.